Hey everyone, today I am going to be showing you 3 ways you can make money as an AMV editor. Now, most of these methods work if you are an experienced editor. If you are a beginner, so if you've been editing for, let's say, less than a year, then you may need a little more experience. However, don't lose hope. If you have enough passion and also work hard enough making edits, then these methods may work for you. So let's begin with the first method, which is about selling project files. So as you can see, I've got one example on the screen. This is my edit, which I made about a year ago, and now it's up on my Ko-Fi shop, meaning my viewers and followers, let's say on Instagram, can now buy it. This first method is probably the easiest way to make money, and that is simply because you don't have to do much work. The edit is already complete, you just need to get it out there and let people know what you've made. Step 1 would be to prepare your project files. So I usually keep them in a folder. Most of the time I don't include any assets such as clips and sound effects. So as a replacement, I include the original edit and place it above all my clips on the timeline. So that's the only one that's visible. However, everything still works the same way, so people can see which effects you have used, they can see your settings, they can see everything. I will be going into more detail regarding project files in another video, but for now, I just want to talk about the basics. So you prepare it, set it up on a shop. So I usually sell mine on Ko-Fi. I also know that a lot of editors tend to use Payhip or something like Gumroad, and I don't know if I've seen Selfie before, but Payhip is a very popular choice. I just prefer using Ko-Fi as it also offers memberships, which I have enabled. So I can also sell my project files on the side. So it's pretty cool to just have like both options available on the same website. So yeah, you can either set it up on Payhip or Ko-Fi or something else. You can also provide discounts to encourage any sales. I did put this up yesterday, and unfortunately I don't have any, at least so far, and that is simply because I have not promoted it at all. So far I've posted on my community page about the product file. It's available to members for free. I've also provided a GIF with text so that they get a preview of what it's like. So yeah, that is method number 1, and I will explain that in depth very soon. For now, let's move on to number 2, which is providing a service. This doesn't necessarily have to fall under commissions. It could be tutorials as well, since you're technically providing a service. You're helping people. For example, on my Ko-Fi memberships, those who pay $19.99 per month receive custom tutorials from me. So if there is a tutorial that they are looking for, which is not publicly available at the moment, maybe I didn't think about it, or maybe I don't want to make a video on it, whatever reason it may be, they can request a custom one from me, which is why I label it as personal, because it's for them. Let's say you work something out. It doesn't matter what software it's in, After Effects, CapCut, it doesn't matter. Make a video on it. Do it ASAP, because people are willing to learn, especially if there is no tutorial out there already. I mean, I started making tutorials because no one else did, at least for Premiere Pro AMV editing, so here I am. Now, how much money do they actually make? Well, I can't really go into detail, but it's not a lot, and that's mostly because my videos are fairly short. Also, let me just share a quick secret with you. I had no idea, but the video editing niche is actually very profitable. In case you didn't know, this is all considered evergreen content. Evergreen basically means that let me just pull up a definition. Subjects that are forever topical and always valuable to your target audience. There is no expiry date. So if we compare this to, let's say, a gaming video on maybe a new Minecraft update or Fortnite update or something like that, they might blow up for like, let's say, a day or a week or even a month, but then after that the views, at least the daily views, are going to drop, and that's simply because there is no more interest around it. But video editing is different. People are always looking for effects to learn, Twixtor tutorials, anything. Even in, let's say, 3 to 5 years, these videos will continue to gain views, especially since people are editing even more nowadays. So that is a very huge bonus. If you don't want to make tutorials, then that's fine. You can provide commissions. Here's an example from my friend Gamestead. He's on Fiverr. This website allows you to provide your services. So, for example, video editing. In fact, we've got some examples here. So, thumbnail making. I will design attractive YouTube thumbnails for you for anime or AMVs or anything, anime music video, and so on. So if you have the skills, profit from them by utilizing your skills on paid projects. A very long time ago, I tried to do the same. So I provided a standard edit or AMV, advanced edit, or even a voiceover for some reason. Now, I know it says $9.99, but that's not the actual price. That is the minimum I've set for a basic edit. So it can go up to, let's say, 20 or even 30, depending on its complexity. So if you do open up commissions, make sure to be as detailed as possible. I've put in my description, I will make you an edit or AMV that will last a minimum of 5 seconds. Employ advanced transition effect style of your choice. Use a song of your choice. Be based around certain media. No, not safe for work content will be accepted. The price will depend on the complexity of the project. Just be clear on what you can do and what you can't do, otherwise there will be problems. And it's easier for both you and also the buyer. So here I put instructions to buyer. So what is the name of it? Is there a certain style you might want me to incorporate? Just so we're kind of like ahead and I can get a general idea of what the edit could look like maybe. Some examples I have provided, so just screenshots of my timeline. I have enabled pay what you want. So as I said, that is the minimum. Once we talk on Discord or Twitter or any social media platform of their choice, the buyer will set the price. So for example, I could say, okay, it's worth 30, so pay me 30. They'll pay me 30. So yeah, commissions, you can do them on Fiverr or Ko-fi like I try to do. And now it's time for the third method. This one is very different and it's kind of like unrelated to AMV editing, but not entirely because it's still editing related. So by now you probably have a decent amount of experience. You probably know how to do things like masking, keyframing, animation, text work, using effects creatively. If you don't, then why are you watching this video? What are you doing? Go back to work. But if you have that knowledge, then please do something other than AMV editing. For example, I edit shorts for a client. If through AMV editing you've learned how to keyframe, then why don't you use those skills on actual projects? To be honest, it's really that simple. I don't have much to say. It's not rocket science. If you're finding it difficult to get clients, then you could volunteer. And volunteering means you won't get paid, at least at the start. I got lucky and I saw a tweet on my timeline. They said something along the lines of, I'm looking for a video editor, and well, it just happens to appear on my timeline. So I reached out to them and sent my work, or at least what I've done so far, because I barely had any experience. I think I edited like 3 or 4 shorts before that, and that previous client that I was just talking about actually reached out to me. Usually it's the other way around, but yeah, that happened. By the way, you may have noticed that I was on Twitch. I've noticed that a lot of Twitch streamers are looking for editors nowadays, mostly to help promote their short form content. So clips, for example, which is what I edit. Therefore, I do suggest you reach out to any Twitch streamer. Don't be too forceful, but you can be persuasive, I think. And yeah, you can volunteer as well at the beginning. If they like what you're doing and they are impressed by your work, then they might even pay you. Then you'll end up as their editor. You never know what could happen. So yeah, that's something I noticed. I actually do see a lot of them on YouTube as well. YouTube Shorts to be specific, and they do tend to edit their content themselves. So as I said before, you could volunteer and say, hey, I can help you improve your edits or anything like that. Would you be interested? I have the skills, I have the experience, I've done this. I'm sure you get the point by now. Members, thank you so much for your support. As always, I did release the Aki project file. I'm not actually sure when this video will come out, so it may have even been like, what, 2 weeks ago, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. So yeah, peace.